How's it going, everyone? So the Packers have officially released their first injury report before the Vikings game, and as kind of expected, it's a pretty long injury list. Now, two players that are not on this injury list are Eric Stokes and Darnell Savage, as they have been placed on IR. If you didn't see our previous video, it'll be right here. So getting into the injury report. So first off, Jaire Alexander was a limited participant with that back injury. Has been a hampering problem for him. Hopefully he trends in a good direction. He'll be able to suit up against the Vikings on Sunday, as our cornerback depth has severely depleted. Then Zane Anderson has been on the injury report this entire year, hasn't played a single snap with that hamstring injury. He was a full participant, and if he continues to trend that way, we'll see if he gets some starting action. I don't really expect much starting action or any playtime on the defensive side, but could help on the special team side. Then Devondre Campbell, limited participant with that ankle injury. He's proceeding in a good direction, and he actually has high hopes, if he continues to trend well this week, to finally suit up again against the Vikings, which will be greatly appreciated. Next up, we have Elgton Jenkins with the knee injury, was a limited participant. He hasn't entirely fully looked right so far this season. It's obvious he's not 100%, but he's still greatly needed on that left side, especially with Bakhtiari on IR, and Rasheed Walker has just been pretty much abysmal after the first couple of games where he started in place of Bakhtiari, and he's just been terrible on the left side. Our whole line has been pretty bad outside of Zach Tom and sometimes John Runyan, but Elgton Jenkins, as of right now, is a limited participant. Next up, Aaron Jones, hamstring injury. He did not participate. Matt LaFleur did stay after the game. He was pretty sore, even though coming up into the game, he said he felt 100%. So apparently he's just a little sore. We'll see how the rest of the week goes, but I want to be optimistic, but based off what happened in the past, something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, especially since it's a hamstring injury. Next up, Luke Musgrave. Looks like he avoided some pretty severe injury potential. He has an ankle injury. He did not participate. We'll see how he goes later on the week if he does suit up against the Vikings. But after the hit from Jackson in that game against Denver, it looked like he kind of avoided what a lot of us probably were afraid of, a concussion, the way he hit him. And it was just a dirty hit. So if it's just a slight ankle injury, I think he avoided a pretty serious injury, all things considered how bad that hit looked. Then Josh Myers, ankle injury, did not participate. Same thing as with Luke Musgrave. We'll see how he proceeds throughout the rest of the week if he suits up. As of right now, it's kind of an unknown. If he doesn't go in the game, Zach Tom did play at center, and he'll probably suit up there with Yosh Nijman swinging over to right tackle if he's available. And the reason I say it, because next up, Yosh Nijman was a limited participant with a knee injury. He's kind of shown up on the injury report the past couple of weeks. No real news of what that injury is and how much of he's in the doghouse with the Packers, because he hasn't started at left tackle over Rasheed Walker, who has been terrible, and Nijman, he was okay. He seems to be better than Rasheed Walker over there, but for whatever reason, Nijman hasn't started or gotten the nod. So if Josh Myers cannot go, Zach Tom will probably suit up at center, and Nijman, if available, will suit up at the right tackle. If Nijman can't go, and neither can Josh Myers, I don't even want to think of what potential line that could be, but it's probably not going to be pretty. Next up, Christian Watson, once again appearing on the injury report because of a knee injury. Looks like he also avoided a scare towards the end of the Denver game. It didn't look very good, and it looked like he just could not stay healthy, and he could be out for a prolonged time. But he was a full participant, so this bodes very well for us, and it looks like he should be good to go for the game against the Vikings. Then lastly, Devonte Wyatt, same thing. Knee injury, was a limited participant, but the fact he was able to be a participant at all after a slight injury scare against the Broncos, and it kind of looked like he could be out for an extended time, the fact he is a limited participant is kind of a good show that we might have avoided any major serious injury with Devonte Wyatt, which is great to see because, well, pretty much everyone's gotten hurt at some point this season, it feels like, and half our team's on the injury report, especially starters. It's not like backups, it's starters. Now, over on the Minnesota Vikings side, they did not practice Wednesday because they had a game on Monday night, so they had a day off. But theoretically, if they had an injury report, this is what it would have been. Brian Asamoah Their linebacker has an ankle injury. He would not have participated if practice were to be a thing. Ezra Cleveland, foot injury, limited participant. TJ Hawkinson, also a foot injury, wouldn't have participated if they had practice. And then Jalen Naylor's on their IR. They're in that 21-day window to see what they want to do with him, if he's going to be good, or if they're going to have to just shut him down for the year. But pretty much, if the Vikings would have had practice on Wednesday, Brian Asamoah and TJ Hawkinson would not have participated. But that about wraps up the injury list for both the Packers and the Vikings. And our injury list has never looked good, but it just seems to somehow get worse and worse every week. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.